Okay, Mr. Chairman, we're ready to begin when you are.
Thank you, Teresa. I'd like to call to order the nominating committee meeting of the Planning Commission. And Teresa, are we in compliance with FOIA?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right. We are gathered here to discuss the leadership for the next year for the Planning Commission. Both LaVarn Stevens and myself will be cycling off the Planning Commission, which will leave vacant both the chairman's position or chairperson's position and the vice chairperson's position. And we have the august duty to come back to the Planning Commission with a recommendation. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to follow our recommendation, but it's our job to come to them with a recommendation. I did take the liberty to ask folks if they were interested to get with me. And two people, Mike Scanlon and Alan Perry, both contacted me and asked that they be considered for the positions. Mark O'Neill said that he was traveling, but if we needed him, he would be available as well. But I understand that he has travel plans over the summer. And Stephen, we welcome you as a spectator. And if you have any input, we'd be happy to hear it.
Oh, well, thank you for welcoming. No input.
We are losing, Leslie, myself, LaVarn, and Todd Theodore. Did I miss anybody, Ann? Okay, which is a large chunk of corporate knowledge on the Planning Commission. John, any thoughts on either Alan or Mike Scanlon?
Yeah, what is Mike Scanlon and Alan's background?
Mike is worked in Washington, D.C., and he was basically an individual, I believe, worked for either the federal government or an advisor to some branch of the federal government. So he does have a background in government.
Okay.
And I know Alan has been on, for approximately the same amount of time as Mike. Both of them have been active in the development of the comprehensive plan. My suggestion for discussion would be to recommend Mike for the chair position and Alan as the vice chair. But that's just my straw person to throw out there. Any comments on that?
No,
My only comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, Leslie, go ahead.
My only comment, they're both eminently qualified, but I'm thinking about the LMO committee, and Mike will be the only continuing person on the LMO. So I don't know if that should factor, but it's, I know there's a lot of work ahead.
Very true. But Alan has been on the Rules Committee, and I would think that we would move Alan
to the LMO. Yeah.
onto the LMO committee. I don't think the Rules Committee was active at all during our tenure, Leslie. So that would be an excellent leadership role for Alan if he wants to accept it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think we're fortunate that you got two very qualified people. You could almost flip a coin.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, any comments on it?
No comments on that one.
Okay. Stephen, for the good of the order, any comment?
No, I think they're both very good people from what I've observed.
All right. So, what about the position of secretary?
Well, that's Teresa's job.
Okay.
And at some point in the process, I believe probably at your, would it be at the first meeting, Ann, of the newly constituted planning commission, or do we do it at the last meeting of this planning commission? Renominate Teresa to be our secretary.
Yes, sir. We can do that today with the nomination of the new members.
Okay. All right. I don't think anyone has a problem with Teresa remaining.
Yeah, I just brought it up because it was on the agenda.
Well, unless someone else would like to volunteer for the job.
No. Nope. Kevin,
I think Teresa's done an absolutely splendid job.
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. With that, can I have a motion that we nominate Mike as chair and Alan as vice chair?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Is there a second? All right.
Second.
John, thank you. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. All right. We stand adjourned until our 9 o'clock meeting, and we'll report this out. Do we have anything else, Ann?
Yes, sir. Could you nominate the secretary position, please?
Oh,
while you're here?
absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Make that nomination.
Okay. Leslie's nominating Teresa.
Teresa.
John is seconding.
Mhm.
All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Outstanding.
Okay.
All right. We are adjourned. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
at 9.